Ready?
If you are.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tells podcast. I'm your host, Rod. Joined as always by my nigga.
Karen with my nigga Rod.
What up, son?
What up, son?
We are live on a Tuesday, ready to do some podcasting. I'm pretty sure this episode is going to get challenged on YouTube. I think you can't curse in the first few seconds. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Is the N word with an A? Do that count?
Do that
Or
count?
do it not
I
count?
don't know.
I don't know. We'll find out together, everybody. I just realized that after I already said that. The official weapon of the show is
the taser.
And the unofficial sport.
Bullet ball.
And bullet ball extreme. I guess we should just get into the damn show. You know, like, well, y'all know the deal. Y'all know what it's about out here, okay? We still haven't forgot, right? Remember?
Again? Look, here we go again. We got variants. Really need to keep a mask on hand and follow the plan. Get the vaccine and second shots, whether woman or man. Black Guy Who Tips is doing their part, but the dumbest expand. Niggas would rather believe a bunch of misinformation. Fuck y'all idiots not getting shots. Now we gotta regress. If we keep going in this direction, we never can rest. Never can get back to the lives we be living the best. Damn fool, stop the lying, stop the intubation crying, cause it's your fault that motherfuckers dying. Damn fool, stop the lying. Stop the ventilator crying, cause it's your fault that motherfuckers dying. I do not understand this shit. I'm not a fan of this. We were like one win from the pandemic championship, but fuckers wanna leave it to game 7 with Giannis Delta Kupo blocking forward progression and Chris middle fingers to your plans, man. Dang. Looks like it's no Drew holiday for you and your man. I'm sick of black people dying for real, so I'm just writing this new piece to let you know how I feel. Coronavirus, yeah. Fuck that COVID-19, it's unseen, it's creeping in the air for you to breathe, yeah. So fuck that COVID-19, it's unseen, it's creeping in the air for you to breathe, yeah.
Coronavirus news. Students are chronically absent across the country. COVID seems to have made it worse. Yeah. Yeah, they're saying there's a lot of different factors that contribute to absenteeism in a normal year, and they're all put on steroids with the pandemic.
I can
The
see
National Center for Education Statistics found that chronic absenteeism, which is defined as missing at least 10% of the school year, has increased from the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, including a nearly 40% spike between 2021 to 2022 school years.
Ooh, are they going strictly of sickness or just missing days?
Missing days.
Okay.
Chronic absenteeism also was not tracked by NCES prior to the pandemic, but outside analysis also points to a notable increase from before COVID-19. According to a report released this year by researchers from the University of Tennessee in California and Attendance Works, a nonprofit focused on addressing absenteeism, 1 in 6 students were chronically absent in the 2018-2019 school year. So that's before the pandemic. Now, however, the report indicates chronic absenteeism has doubled to nearly 1 in 3 students. Oh my God.
Ooh. And it's a lot of factors why people are chronically absent from school. And for a lot of people, poverty plays a role, which is something we try to ignore, like that shit don't happen in this country. People know children not having anywhere to stay, not having clean clothes, and shit like that, not wanting to be picked on, and this is, for me, one reason why I pay really close attention to these states that want to drop the age of allowing children to work. Because when you do that, all you're doing is like you getting these numbers up for the immigrants that you're missing, that y'all ran out of here. We don't want no immigrants, but then adults aren't going to do these jobs, particularly if they don't have to. And so now they're trying to find that the body base to replace these immigrants that they ran away paying close to nothing. You're going to replace them with children. These children don't know the rules. The children don't know the regulations. These children can easily be misused, abused, sexually, physically. You're setting these children up. And on top of that, you have some households where parents will allow their children to go because they need the money. Like the household needs it to function. Versus before they had to go to school, it was the law. I still have family members who was alive when they made the law. My mama who raised me, my mama, she told me she was in school. She said she was so happy when they made a law that kids could not miss school because they was out in the country. And so during certain times of the year for farming and shit like that, they would pull them out of school for months on end and then just plop their asses back in school. They didn't know what was happening. They didn't know what was going on. They missing school and shit. And this used to be frequent back in the day. And so when they was like, you can't keep your kids out for fucking crops. They need to be in school. School is important. So that's has a lot to do with why it became law, because they was like, parents were just pulling their kids out of school for just not trying fun of it, just the most mundane shit. It was like, no, it's very important. And so what's going to happen is, watch these states that are lowering this, the dropout rate is going to be higher because these children are going to make that itty bitty money just to help their households. When, not trying to be funny, statistically, they probably is not going to be enough money to pull them out of poverty. It'll be enough money to help them get by a little bit better, but it's not going to be enough to make that big of a difference in the household.
Yeah, I think combined with the states that are currently changing the law so that children can actually work jobs, like lowering the age where you can get a job and the restrictions around those kids getting jobs in a country that is hyper capitalistic like America,
Right.
in a country where like companies routinely get fined. Chipotle recently got fined for having underage workers, not paying the employees that they have, taking advantage of folks. And that's before you get into just stuff like rampant abuse and stuff. Um, the idea of kids being out of school, that not really recovering since the pandemic, getting worse, and the connections, right? Because a lot of times the school is the thing that checks on the kid, that makes sure that the kid is not being harmed, to make sure they have something to eat, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it could be uh this literally could have been a segment of broke segment, because it kind of illustrates that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that was with the schools and stuff getting a lot of money during the pandemic, and some people either abusing or not accepting that.
Right. And the thing is, when you talk about childhood poverty, people homelessness, that or people without homes, a lot of times they always look at the adults, but nobody ever look at the children that are attached to these adults. Nobody talks about the increase of people across this country that are living out of their cars, that are living in shelters. A friend of mine who used to drive for CMS, they would actually, if the homeless shelter was on your route, you would pick those kids up first and you would drop those kids off last. And so it'd be one of those things where that's their address, and people don't think about that stuff because nobody ever thinks about this until it happens directly to them or somebody that they know. But these are children that chronically miss school, chronically are picked on, their clothes are not clean, their hair is not combed, all little things like that. That's why I watch, and this teachers and school systems that care, but it's not enough. Like, there are some schools that actually have washers and dryers and things like that, like in the schools, that allow children to come and do these things and wash their bodies and things that people just take for granted. And a lot of this could contribute to people missing school.
Yeah, by the numbers, in 2021, the school pulse panel was initiated by the Biden administration, in order to determine who had been struggling with pandemic era challenges since 2020 school closures. The survey collected information from a national sample of elementary, middle, high school, and combined grade public schools, focused on region, locale, minority, and poverty levels. It did not report out estimates by individual grades, race, or race/ethnicity. But they did say the majority of schools with 75% or more minority enrollment indicated that chronic student absenteeism increased by a lot as compared to before the pandemic. NCES did not provide boundaries for a lot. The school's response were up to their interpretation. Yeah, I think this is also when you already have an achievement gap in a lot of cities that have, like, urban cities that have minority youth and stuff within them. You already have achievement gaps before the pandemic. Pandemic worsened achievement gaps, and I know this was the This is why I always said it was a choice of two different hard choices that weren't gonna be ideal. And so you either have the kids come to the schools, and then you probably have even more community spread than we had at the highest points of the pandemic, especially when we didn't have vaccines, or you you know had the kids social distance, but then you lose some kids because they might not have the ability to get on the internet and stay with stay in contact. Some of them maybe need to go to school for all the reasons we already repeated that we already said I won't repeat again.
Mhm.
So all that stuff to say, like, yeah, there was a cost to it, and now it's the responsibility of our government, our local municipalities, our school systems, our communities to get the kids back in, especially the minority kids, man, because it's already hard enough with the
Right.
achievement gap, and letting it get worse or whatnot. Because we live in Charlotte, and one of the reasons you see some school board overturning is not all just the conservative white people against CRT that want to burn books. Some of this stuff is black people being concerned, like, what about our kids though?
Mhm.
Because we see the numbers and the results, and we know, especially for black kids, education, when you fall down in education, the government spend that money on prison, you know.
Yes, they do.
All right, another one. There's a COVID variant sweeping India, now in the US, and people are worried, but they don't really know what it means yet because one of the symptoms that is different is conjunctivitis, which is your eyes get like mucus and stuff in them. It's like just kind of like a gross thing, but they don't have any statistics that say it's like deadlier. They do think it's like more infectious. Uh, so it's really big with like kids getting it.
Yeah, kids are germ factories.
Um, so yeah, we don't is we don't know enough about it yet. But just keeping a head out,
Yeah.
hands
Time will tell. Like enough time will go by, they'll get the numbers out.
up. Yeah, we'll find out more when they know more. I thought this was funny. Have you heard of the festival flu?
No.
So people went to Coachella, and at Coachella, people were saying, "Oh, there's a festival flu. Symptoms are similar to a cold or the flu, and it's mostly due to dry and dusty desert conditions." And I don't know because I've seen the social media feeds talk about it. None of them haven't tested anybody. None of them probably leave the house, but they were like, this is just COVID. And they lying and trying to call it something else. I don't know if the people were taking tests for COVID and coming back negative,
And people just that
or
close in close proximity. I've heard. I don't know if it's called a flu, but I've heard like bugs when people go to like Comic Con, these conferences, because you're around a lot of people in congested areas, and they
Mhm.
were saying people have a tendency to get a little sick.
Yeah, the thing, well, see, like I just don't know which way you feel either. I don't know how you deal with it either way, because the article is like it's about the climate, and if you drink a lot of water, stay hydrated, it'll help, because what's happening is that you got a lot of these irritating particles in the air causing irritation to people's lungs, and that's where the coughs and colds are coming, the cold symptoms are coming from. At the same time, like, I
Nobody
didn't see
knows.
like a real mention of like COVID in this whole motherfucking article. So like it does fuel the paranoid side of me that's like, are y'all just thinking like if you don't say it's COVID, it don't count?
Right? It don't. Apparently, it don't.
Like is this allergies? Like what exactly are you
And it
saying?
could be a combination of all of the above. You have a bunch of people all clobbered together.
Yeah, I think this art it would I think in this climate you're kind of responsible to tell us.
Hmm.
They do have a link to the article, news article.
the alarm about an illness that's been going around.
Yeah, you may have noticed this in your family. They say people are getting sick with stomach viruses, runny nose, sore throats, coughs. CBS 8's Chris Grow joining us now to explain why local doctors say the illness is different from COVID and the flu. What are we dealing with now, Chris?
Yeah, unfortunately, something is going around, especially as we are about to be enjoying spring, but it could be a number of different viruses. So I want you to take a listen to this family describe their symptoms, their experience, to get an idea of if you experience this, what you may be dealing with and what you may have dealt with. Take a listen.
It was like just my son one night. Then the next day it was me and my daughter. And then the next day it was my husband. Thankfully, nobody got reinfected. We all got it one time, and then we went through what our symptoms, and then we were done with it.
Yeah, so it sounds like it does spread fast even inside of a home. So we took some of our questions that we have about this to two doctors in the area, one at Sharp Reese Steely and the other with Rady Children's Hospital. Now, one of those doctors told us it's definitely not COVID that's been kind of going around that you see these symptoms.
All right, cool. I'm off it. There you go. Like, I'm not trying to do that thing where people fear monger and shit. If they say it's not COVID, it sounds like they did the research. Cool. Moving on. But yeah, it is. I'll tell you what though, seeing the way people treated that article online is like it's COVID clearly, and everyone's in denial. It's enough. It feels like you're being gaslit. Where you're like, fuck, everybody is in denial, and I'm crazy, and I'm glad I took the time to play the article and stuff.
Yeah,
because reading the article doesn't literally the word COVID. I searched for COVID and coronavirus is not in the article, which will make you be like, so it's just that, right? And y'all just don't want to tell us. Anyway,
right? Yeah, I can see that. Yes, and it's not unreasonable for you to think that.
Yeah. So let's see here. Oh, I guess the pandemic over. 7-Eleven is bringing back Bring Your Own Cup Day. I honestly that's like
nature is healing.
Yeah.
We back.
USA,
Bring your own cup. People gonna come out there with them 1985 jumbo mugs that they done held on to forever.
We have come full circle because I remember that one of the first things that we had to go was buffets and Bring Your Own Cup Day.
So many buffets, all the CCs. Not all, but most of them closed. But a lot of the Golden Corrals, like anything that was like buffet style, them shits is gone. A lot of them. Yeah,
I just remember that's when I knew America was taking it serious. Was when there was like 7-Eleven said, use day cups. Yes. I was like, oh shit.
Ryan's was like, you know what? We're gonna have to slow it down.
Yeah, like
Ponderosa was like, we have had enough of y'all.
Yeah, like buffets tried to do the thing where they close for 3 weeks and then come back like, all right, guys, we put gloves at the table or something. Like you
that
can't
don't
trick
work.
Me. You can't trick me. The WHO officials warn of a high risk of biological hazard in Sudan because Sudan is having like a civil war right now, or at least I guess you call it civil war. It's a fight between two factions and military leaders that are like refusing to cede control without like they are literally blowing shit up. Hundreds of people are being injured and killed in the middle, like people that aren't even fighters, just civilians and shit. And the WHO is warning of a high risk biological hazard after one of the sides fighting in the conflict seized a central public laboratory with samples of measles and polio, creating an extremely dangerous situation.
What?
It feels like the beginning of a fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like this is the plot to something. I don't know which movie, but it's James Bond or somebody got a parachute in and save everybody because this is the kind of shit.
Where's Ryan? His name Ryan Reacher?
No, it's not.
Oh. Fuck that up, didn't I? Is it Jack Reacher?
It's Jack Reacher. And also it's Jack Ryan.
Oh Lord, I tore it all the way up. That's hilarious.
In other Earth is Healing news, let's not keep it American centric. Let's talk about some other countries. All right, you all assume we're the ghetto and we're the worst, and America is failing the pandemic, and I get it. But what about Japan? Right? We all think highly of Japan. We think they got their shit together, you know? Japan's like your friend that pays their rent on the first, you know? Well, Japan is also saying nature is healing because they're bringing back something that they lost during the pandemic.
What was that?
They are bringing back the Crying Baby Sumo Festival. Look at those little babies. Look at those little sumos.
Oh, so the babies be crying?
Yeah, the staff wear demon masks to try to make the competing babies cry. And the first of all declared the winner in the centuries-old tradition.
Wow.
You scared a baby, the baby start crying, and that's the one that wins. Look at the little sumo babies.
Oh, skinny babies.
Dozens of bawling babies faced off in a traditional crying sumo ritual believed to bring the infants good health, which returned for the first time in 4 years after the pandemic. Pairs of toddlers wearing ceremonial sumo aprons were held up by their parents, faced each other in the sumo ring of Sensoji Temple in Tokyo on Saturday. Staff wearing Oni demon masks tried to make the babies cry, with the first of all declared the winner by a sumo referee in an elaborate traditional uniform holding a wooden fan used to signal victory. We can tell a baby's health condition by listening to the way they cry. Today she may get nervous and not cry so much, but I want to hear her healthy crying, said Hisao Watanabe, the mother of an 8-month-old.
I was about to say 8 years.
Yeah, I messed up too, Karen. It's like Ryan Reacher. The crying sumo is held at shrines and temples nationwide to the delight of parents and onlookers. Oh, that is adorable.
That is.
You know, extra spring COVID booster is clear for certain Americans. If you're older or you got a weak immune system, you can get you another shot. You gotta be 65 or older to opt in to roll up your sleeves again. As long as it's been 4 months since your first dose of the so-called bivalent vaccine.
Okay.
And most people who are immunocompromised can choose another bivalent booster shot at least 2 months later, with additional doses in the future at the discretion of their physician.
Is it coming on down the line then? Whenever you say I'm ready.
For everyone else, regardless of whether it's a first shot or a booster, the FDA also said the original versions of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines were all outdated and will no longer be used. Instead, anyone getting those shots will now get the newer Omicron targeted version.
Good.
For most people, if it's their first ever vaccine, just one combo dose will be enough.
Good. So they don't have to get 2 shots? Good.
And then lastly, California church must pay $1.2 million for breaking COVID rules. Yep, they still on their ass. They was ignoring Santa Clara County's mask wearing rules between November 2020 and June 2021.
Good, got them people sick.
The church will appeal the ruling, but they supposed to pay $1.2 million in fines.
Got them people sick. People probably died.
I don't even know what you approve.
Right.
That's the weird part to me. It's like, what did this have to do with Jesus?
Wouldn't Jesus tell you to keep your ass at home?
Like, am I the one who's crazy? This has nothing to do with religion.
Y'all talking about come on in the room. Can you come on in the room? Why I got to be in church?
Right.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
I don't get it. All right, let's get into some other news. Let's see. Why don't we do some LGBTQ news?
Let me see what you want to be. You better move your body. You better move your feet. And I want to groove. Show me what's cool. Riding, caring, baby. LGBTQ news. I try to take it down, but we still around. We let it get out. I try to stop and shine, but we on the ride. We let you can't do what we got to do. We let LGBTQ news.
Oh shit! Now let's get into this terrible news. Coco the doll, star of Sundance doc Kokomo City, found shot to death in Atlanta. She's a popular I guess she was a popular black trans woman featured in Sundance documentary. She's been brutally murdered in Atlanta. Rashida Williams, who goes by the name Coco the doll, was found dead from a gunshot wound on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, Southwest, around 11 p.m. Police confirmed Williams was already deceased when they arrived, but have not released any information regarding a motive or a suspect. Williams documented her journey as a sex worker and an artist in the Sundance Film Festival documentary Kokomo City. The film won 2 awards at the festival. The next award won Audience Award and the next Innovator Award. It was later acquired by Cinetic Media and Magnolia Pictures. Williams and 4 other trans women spoke candidly in the doc about the dangers they faced in their career. D. Smith, the director of Kokomo City, confirmed Williams' death in an Instagram post. It's extremely difficult to process Coco's passing, but as a team, we are more encouraged now than ever to inspire the world with her story. The LGBTQIA plus community is now mourning the loss of 2 popular Atlanta trans women just a week before Williams was gunned down. Hairstylist Ashley Burton was found dead outside of her apartment. It appears she tried to fight off her attacker before being shot to death. No arrests have been made in her death. Police have not confirmed that they believe the slayings are connected.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's a sober reminder that, Black trans women are still under attack, still dying in numbers that are disproportionate to other folks. I think also like the danger of like sex work, of a society where we're criminalizing people for just presenting as a gender that you decided they're not supposed to, pushes people underground, pushes people away. I do appreciate that, at least from what I've read and heard, the police in Atlanta haven't been misgendering the people within the police reports and stuff like that, which always makes these crimes almost fucking impossible to solve. Or just adds like another layer of bullshit people have to go through, their loved ones have to go through. But yeah, it's just like a sobering reminder, and it's interesting that the documentary was about sex work and being trans, and then someone dies like this, and that's gonna be the number one thing people think it's about. So, and I don't know, but they're trying to spread the word about the dangers they face, and then real life comes here, and especially in the country in the middle of a political attack, a cultural war that is now centered on trans people, especially trans women. Now that abortion is kind of off the table, quote unquote, for Republicans, they know that this Supreme Court is not gonna, roll back anything that they won. If anything, they're gonna make things worse. But they want to keep that evangelical vote. They want to keep that bigot vote. And so I think that's why they're making a big deal out of trans rights right now. Speaking of which, North Dakota to start imprisoning doctors who provide gender affirming care to trans youth. Doctors could get up to 10 years in prison under the new law.
Yeah, the purpose is to stop you, regardless of if it's actually a law or regardless of if they can actually implement it. For the fact that it's mentioned will make people respond a certain way.
You know what I keep thinking is the number obviously is very low of people who are actually seeking out and getting this care, right?
Right.
But so let's say this represents, let's make up a big number. Let's like bigger than it is. Like it's probably like 1% or less. But let's say it was 10% of a doctor's job was providing gender affirming care for trans youth. You gonna lock up a whole fucking doctor right now? In America? Do you have doctors' money? Who the fuck need less doctors right now in America? Like with motherfucking wait times for your primary care physician could be months.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy in a pandemic. This is insane. The amount of hate you have to have in your heart to be like, we just gonna take away a doctor for 10 years. Now, of course, what they really want is for you to just be so scared that you don't do the care.
Right.
And that's what they're really hoping is like, no, we will give no safe harbor to anyone seeking gender affirming care. And I personally believe it doesn't stop with transgender youth. I think this is the start for them, and they essentially want to make it so that even if you are an adult, it's not up to you. But they starting here. And if we don't fight on this as a society, as people, right-minded people that don't agree with this bullshit, if we don't start the conversation and start fighting back now, or if you haven't been fighting back the whole time, I promise you, it's coming for you.
Yes,
and
it is.
You just don't think so. You keep thinking it's a small percentage, and that's what the fuck they want us to do. It's about the principle of the shit.
Yes, it's about the principle. And like I said, and I will continue to say, they will hit something that matters to you, be it race, be it gender, be it sexuality, be it your right, even as straight couples, to do certain things, be it your right as a naturally born, a cishet woman, for the fact that I had cyst on my ovaries and things like that, make it so I'll be like, you know what, I don't want to have no children. I want this room. They want to make it so that I would just have to suffer, and be like, you know what, no, if you have a vagina, no, you don't get the right to put anything on or take anything off.
Texas State Department orders people to dress in accordance with their biological gender, meaning even cisgender people have to dress in a manner that's consistent with their biological gender. So if you're a cisgender person that just wears gender neutral clothing,
right?
Like they want to take it back to like girls wear dresses, boys wear pants type shit.
Correct.
This is a government institution. The head of the Texas Department of Agriculture issued that memo telling the employees to dress that way. Once again,
you have people like me who don't. When I'm in the working environment, I don't care too much. I want to wear pants.
Right. It's just, but it's like you let shit slide, and these fucking bigots, man, this is the fear mongering people had about Sharia law. This is it, but just Christian.
Right.
And people is because there are churches like this, like women can not wear pants up in here, and you can't be no preacher either. You supposed to be seen but not heard, and all this shit.
Some of them don't wear, can't wear jewelry.
They want to bring that to a fucking job, dog. This is a job. This is supposed to be separation of church and state type shit. And a lot of this bigot dogma is painted in religion. So this is a religious doctrine to me that you're trying to influence this, or it's religious reasoning, rationalizing. Because I don't think it's actually necessarily even in the Bible. I don't think they care about the fucking Bible. But the point being, they'll use their religious freedom to then restrict your freedom as a fucking citizen of the country.
Right.
The new dress code requires employees to wear traditional business wear, including Western business attire. This includes button-down shirts for men and skirts or pants for women. The code applies to all work settings that don't require uniforms or protective gear for agricultural field work. Any staff member who does not meet the attire or grooming standards set by the TDA will be subject to corrective action and may be asked to leave the premises to change their clothing. Man, like we're in fucking school.
Yep, and that's the whole purpose. And also is one of those things where Black and brown people already have issues with, with hair and the way they dress. This is just another reason for them to nitpick at you, your foot because you quote unquote don't wear certain things. And that's not funny. A lot of that shit they're asking for is expensive. I'll just say like it's expensive to actually go and buy that type of shit.
Right. Let's see. Ron DeSantis promises to buy Bud Light promises to boycott Bud Light before admitting he prefers Guinness, which is LGBTQ friendly. These motherfuckers don't even know. Just dumb. They don't even know. It's all about this virtue signaling, and everything's getting caught up in the middle of it.
Guinness is like, now why am I in it? We just trying to sell Guinness, dog.
Right. And the thing is, I don't necessarily know that Guinness is doing the work in that area, but they all these brands who slapping rainbows on their shit, they don't give a fuck, man. It's just another way to get some good PR and not have to do much. So you could probably like throw a rock and end up hitting the next competitor, and they're gonna probably have some type of inclusion or whatever, because it's corporate culture. It's we went out and hired people to be the diversity officers and chief officer of diversity and inclusion. Like that's all this is corporate speak. So he's just fucking and what a dumbass. It's just he's like a Bud Light version of Donald Trump, like Trump Light with his bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone asked him about it. He says, I don't think so. I'm trying to think like what would I do if I had? So they lost a customer. Yeah, I think so. Then he said, but my wife and I, they don't have it here. If we ever go out or just have a beer, which admittedly we don't have the ability to do that like we used to, we actually like the stout, the Guinness. We were years ago, we went to Dublin. We went to some other places. We always been a fan ever since. Guinness has been making LGBTQ plus inclusive ads since 1995. And also like the fact he didn't know that tells you how bullshit it is what they're doing with Bud Light.
Right.
They don't actually care. It's just it is the worst part of the internet, social media, and our media cycle is that they just the same way that y'all keep sharing videos of that are clearly, obviously, two people fake fighting over some child support or some stupid shit, and y'all just keep sharing because you can't help yourself. You need that narcotic. You gotta bond. We all gotta show each other how we're good people because we don't cheat on our wives and pretend that the baby is hers. We gotta show each other we're better than that. That's what they're doing with this shit. They're virtue signaling their conservative bona fides of I won't even drink this popular beer that I love because they said it's okay to be trans and I'm not over my dead body, which is a cisgender body with the right everything in the right place. Leave me alone. What do you drink? Oh, what do I drink? I drink the gay beer. Okay, I drink it's called gay beer.
I drink gingerbread ale.
It's called gay beer. I've been drinking it since 1903. I drink Village People Ale. Okay. Now I've been drinking Village People Ale. Don't tell me, and don't you tell me that woke bullshit. I've been drinking Village People Ale ever since I heard this on YMCA, because I like to go to YMCA with my strong Christian values and work out in the locker room wearing just a towel. Just maybe put the towel over my shoulder, just let it hang out for a while.
Remember when I was a young man?
Okay, because I like those guys because they support strong. They heteronormative thing. You had a construction worker, okay? You got a police. I support the police, okay? Back to blue. They be backing it up into the blue. Then I got the Native Americans. I used to love the Washington Redskins where they changed their name like the liberal cucks that they are. Okay, so I like them. And I forget what the fourth motorcycles. I love Sons of Anarchy. Okay, so I love the YMCA Village People Ale. I've been drinking it my whole life, and ever since I saw that first commercial, I remember that first commercial I was watching. This like, you make me feel, and I said, I do feel mighty real. Exactly. This is some good, very straight, very heterosexual beer. Okay. That was back before rainbows was gay. The whole can was gay, was rainbows. You drink the beer, you pour it in a cup, it turned into a rainbow. That's how good it was.
Yes, you didn't hear about the French Stones? You have a gay old time?
I loved it. I used to go down to the manhole bar. I remember those days. There's nothing but dudes in there. We all be high-fiving with no shirts on and dancing and stuff because it was manly men. Like
because we're men.
How the fuck do you live in a world and you're like, I ain't never touching nothing gay? You can't.
You let the internet tell it everything gay. You sleeping? Nigga, that's gay.
I'm not talking about it in that way. I'm talking about in real fucking life. There's nothing gay people don't touch. Period.
That's true.
There's nothing. It's too many gay people. What?
Too many of them.
Why would you deny yourself shit you like? Y'all like that shit piss Bud Light. If they support the show one day, I'll change my point. Mm-hmm. But y'all like that beer. Y'all know y'all like Bud Light, dog. That's y'all's beer. The fact that they said, you know what, man, trans people are people, and you went, I'll never drink you again, is fucking crazy to me.
It is.
Enjoy Village People Ale or whatever the fuck. The much gayer Guinness Stout, which
the much gayer,
which apparently goes way back with the community since 1995.
Nigga, I was in high school.
You fucking dumbass. You don't even fucking care. You didn't even do research. What you care about is looking like a bigot. That's what you care about. That's crazy to me. Lizzo shares the stage with drag queens at Knoxville show to protest a Tennessee law banning public drag shows. Yep, she brought out the drag queens during her concert in Knoxville, Tennessee. The Grammy-winning singer invited many drag artists to perform with her on stage at Thompson Bowling Arena, including Aquaria, Candy Muse, Asia O'Hara, and Vanessa Vanjie Mateo.
I love those names.
Vanjie Mateo, I'm not sure. And on Instagram, Lizzo shared a series of recordings from the performance on Saturday, including her comments to the audience that alluded to the proposed law. She said, "Knoxville, you have my heart. Thank you for creating a safe space with me." In February, the law prohibiting adult cabaret in public or in front of minors was approved by Republican Governor Bill Lee. Due to its ambiguous language, a federal judge temporarily suspended the measure in late March. The measure has drawn criticism from civil rights organizations for impinging on the right to free speech.
Yeah, they keep shit vague for a reason.
Also, like, they literally just be wanting to pass something. They just want credit for passing something. They don't care about the harm it causes, or even if it's ineffectual and you can't enforce it. They want this battle. They care about the battle. It's the same way they cared about Roe v. Wade. Like, when they fucked up and passed it, they and everyone was angry and ready to vote, and it probably cost them the Senate.
Yes.
That move probably cost them the Senate. And I think with this, they don't see the backlash being so big because Roe v. Wade affects 51% of the population. But with these laws, people don't think it will affect them.
Right.
Even if we are telling you
it will.
It will. And even if they're passing other laws, like, you as a woman, you better not dress too ambiguous at work. We don't care if you're straight, cisgender, trans. It don't matter. We are telling you how to wear clothes at your job, and it's about your gender. So that's that slippery slope. All right, let's get into some other news, everybody. Let's get into some I guess regular ass news. Let me give my thing a second to load up the beats. But it's we knew it would be sad, and we lucky we got them type ass news. So
good times.
We knew what it was. So here we go.
Cook that up, bro.
Like playing a video game.
Yeah, this is Rodney his beats don't even really start till 30 seconds in.
Taking it old school.
Cook it up, bro. Bernie Sanders endorses Joe Biden and rules out a 2024 bid of his own. The last thing this country needs is a Donald Trump or some right-wing demagogue who is trying to undermine American democracy to take away a women's right to choose or not address the crisis of gun violence or racism or sexism or homophobia, Sanders said in the interview. So I'm in to do what I can to make sure that the president is reelected. Okay. Listen, you love to see it, honestly. Been feeling this way a while. I thought I'm sure there's some things that we could infer about his lack of a challenge to a sitting older white male president, as he wanted to primary Obama, as of course he fought staunchly to the bitter end against Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. This is why I voted for Joe Biden. I told y'all, this nigga's magical old white man powers
It's
are
something
strong
else.
as fuck. I'm sorry,
He's
America.
the magical white man.
I'm sorry, America. I don't trust you people that are voters. I don't trust you. I don't believe in y'all enough for y'all to see through smaller issues and to vote in a way that corresponds with my pretty liberal sensibilities. Like, I wouldn't say extremely liberal. I think, but I'm somewhat progressive, Democrat, liberal person, and even I don't trust y'all. Every time we give y'all even a mild taste of something that ain't white man, here we go with all the infighting. You know what I was thinking about today, dog? Because Joe Biden announced his re-election and with a great campaign ad. But here's what I was thinking. When the last time y'all heard from the squad talking that shit? Remember? Y'all remember like how much every week was the squad? We not down with these Democrats.
They were banging bacon every goddamn morning.
What happened? What happened? Like, does anybody remember how much they used to be like, we are going to sink our own party before we'd rather let Republicans control this shit than that. But Joe Biden ruled so much more to the left than they thought he would or said he would. He proved all these niggas wrong. And I know I was right the whole time because I've been telling y'all he's not necessarily attached to his ideas in the way that Bernie Sanders is, like a very rigid, like if Bernie Sanders says $15 an hour and you say, why don't we make minimum wage $20? He'll be like, I said 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, these are my ideas. That's one of the things people love about him is his ideas don't change. He sticks to his shit for 40 years. He never changes his mind. And as far as he's concerned, he's always right. But one of the things for me that always bothered me about that was, hey man, some people have better ideas than you. If you would just incorporate their ideas, you get those votes too.
Right.
And he'd be like, nah, I'd rather lose with my shit than win with everybody's shit. And Joe Biden's the opposite, where he'd be like, I don't know, Kamala said black maternity matter, health matter, so yeah, we're gonna adopt that. It's like he didn't run on that shit. You know what I mean? The student loan thing wasn't his idea. He's like, hey man, y'all say y'all want the student loan shit, man, fuck it. Like, and because he an old white man, you can like paw him, and you can talk about him being old, you talk about him taking naps, you can laugh about his stutter, even though that seems kind of ableist or whatever. You can do it all the shit you want to. He gonna be all right. Cause he an old white man, he can take all the slings and arrows. You ain't got to feel self-conscious. You ain't got to go out and defend them all the time. And even the people that were like the detractors, right? Y'all remember them, like the people that talked about Obama's drones, but not Trump's. Those people, y'all remember them? Like, even these motherfuckers don't get the traction they used to. They's trying to switch their grift up. Like, I see
people are telling them, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?
There was a viral clip of Breonna Joy Gray trying to like pwn some woman about her using the word woke and not knowing what it even really means and not knowing what to say about it. And people were sharing, and I was like, wait a minute. The biggest thing in that clip is Breonna Joy Gray trying to come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the biggest part of that clip is look at her trying to act sensible for a second. That's funny. So it's anyway. Bernie Sanders, that's a huge sign that Bernie Sanders himself is like, nope, not even gonna start no shit. Can't afford it, and he doing a good job, and he done brought everybody into the fold, including me. Just move the fuck on. Crazy. And yes, I think it's because he's a white man.
Yep. Anybody else, he'd probably try to go against them and fight them, and I'm throwing my hat in the ring. Yes.
Our audience got a lot of freaks in it, Karen.
Oh, shit.
It is some freaky people in the Blackout Tips Nation, and we got to warn y'all. Gonorrhea can be spread by kissing, as the experts claim the clap advice needs to change. For decades, it was thought the disease known as the clap could only be spread through actual unprotected sex. But now a team from the Melbourne Sexual Health Center have warned that the current advice around it should be changed after their discovery. We think it's possible to catch gonorrhea via kissing. I think the guidelines should be updated. And publishing,
I can see that. Yeah, most of these diseases, a lot of times, particularly when you have oral sex, is sex. A lot of people don't believe that, but it's forms of sex.
Kissing is not oral sex.
No, but if you kiss somebody's genital,
but what if you just kiss? They didn't say oral sex in there. They said it could be a kissing, Karen.
Well, then how did it get in your mouth? Just appeared?
I don't know, Karen. That's the fucking thing, isn't it? Publishing a review about it called Sexually Transmitted Diseases, he said his team and we found oropharyngeal gonorrhea was associated with exposure to a partner's mouth through kissing. A number of pieces of evidence suggested transmission from the back of the throat may be more common than previously thought. It can be cultured from saliva, suggesting that the exchange of saliva between individuals may potentially transmit gonorrhea. The UK government did actually update its guidelines a month ago after a rise in cases has been reported. I guess people are back out on the streets too.
Yeah, so I guess I have questions. Is this something where you catch it and it gets in your system, or I'm thinking somebody done licked the taste them genitals and now I kiss you and you got it? Because other than that, it makes no sense.
I mean, it's one of those two, maybe both. I don't know. I didn't do the study. I'm reading the article.
Okay, no
They
problem.
urged anyone with the new or multiple sex partners to get tested. It's been found that from January to September 2022, cases were 21% higher than those reported over the same period of 2019. Data also indicates that the first 9 months of 2022, gonorrhea cases were higher than those reported over the same period in each of the last 3 years. Dr. Claire Dusnap, president of the British Association of Sexual Health and HIV, said the rise in gonorrhea cases provides an important reminder of the importance of testing for STIs and wearing a condom every time you have sex. By getting tested at least once a year, regardless of whether you're showing symptoms, you can help minimize the risk of catching a pass of STIs when having sex. Delaying access to the right care and treatment also risks developing longer-term problems, which can be more difficult to address.
That's true, and it's also one of those things that, like you say, people open up, people miss the touching, the interacting with other people, and that plays a big role. A lot of people are like, well, look, I've been abstinent all this time, or I've been masturbating all this time. I want physical touch, but you still need to be safe for your own protection.
Desiigner, remember him?
Mm-hmm.
He's a rapper. I forget that he had that.
At least that
Panda.
name sounds familiar. Yes, I'm about to say that name sounds familiar.
Panda. And then he had that Timmy Turner thing. He's facing some legal woes after being caught masturbating in first class on a Delta flight.
Oh no!
What's even more bizarre is that the flight attendants he did it in front of said he seemed pretty nonchalant about the whole thing. Court documents obtained by TMZ show the rapper is being charged with indecent exposure. The docs also give more detail in the incident. Flight attendants allegedly told him multiple times to stop. At some point, he was removed from the cabin, taken to the back of the plane to be monitored by two of his friends. The FBI affidavit says a jar of Vaseline fell onto the floor as he got up to switch seats. When the aircraft arrived in Minneapolis, the rapper was met by federal authorities who say he told them it all happened because he didn't get much cootie while in Japan and was brick hard when he got on the plane. You do have the right to remain silent. You don't have to explain.
We didn't need to know any of this.
He didn't stop there. He said he was aroused by one of the flight attendants and kind of showed her the magic stick, with thinking it would give her encouragement. Oh, he must.
Nigga, she had work.
You must have been on drugs. That doesn't even.
That doesn't make sense.
That
didn't even go in that tiny ass bathroom.
Right. That's like the plot to a porn.
Right. Yeah. He wanted to be the Mile High Club, apparently.
That's the only time that's ever going to work, is if Bang Bros comes on the screen after you do that. Desiigner also claimed he wasn't under the influence, but did say he was prescribed medication while in Thailand, but hadn't been taking them. Authorities say he didn't appear to be impaired. When the incident initially hit the news, it was reported the artist got sick during his international trip and was given meds. He also believed it could cause a chemical imbalance when he spoke about the incidents. Desiigner posted on social media that he had been struggling mentally for the past few months and was ashamed of what he did on the flight, and he would be admitting himself to a facility to get help. Well, hopefully that last thing is true, but that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Planes. Crazy stuff be happening on planes.
I've never had that problem.
Honestly, this is like reading this stuff makes you feel like one day I'm gonna be on a plane. It's just everything is gonna fucking go wrong. Be sitting next to Desiigner, he's gonna put his dick out.
Please no.
Oh my goodness. Moose on the loose walks into Alaska movie theater and feasts on popcorn. Minutes and a few snacks later, the young moose was safely directed out the theater.
How you gonna direct the moose out the theater?
Maybe it was there
right this way, Bullwinkle.
Right, he was there for the Rocky and Bullwinkle. He was doing cosplay. On the evening of April 19th, NBC affiliate KTUU reported that the Kenai Cinemas had an unexpected guest show up to the theater. Ricky Black, the general manager of Kenai Cinemas, told the affiliate that a young moose came to the theater around 9 p.m. and was there for about 5 minutes.
A quick stop.
He just wanted to get a little bit of the popcorn, you know.
Sir, do you have a reward card?
Right. He passed everybody. He had the AMC stubs.
Come on.
Walked right by everybody, got straight to the popcorn.
Nobody's bothered him either.
It's funny too, because then they didn't change out the popcorn. They just got the next bucket and filled it up.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they said he walked over to an abandoned tray of popcorn after his first snack. He turned to a garbage can for more treats, even getting his mouth and nose stuck inside of a Happy Meal box from McDonald's.
I guess those aren't moose friendly.
Our popcorn had him enticed, Black said. He was pretty focused on that. I guess he was tired of eating bark for winter. Black said the moose was able to enter the theater because the door was left open to allow cold air into the building. We prop the door open quite often during this time of year because it's just so nice outside and you want to let in some fresh air. After the moose finished enjoying his food, Black and another Kenai Cinema employee were able to direct the animal to the theater's exit. The lucky a bear didn't come in there to see Cocaine Bear.
What? I know.
Even if the young moose was harmless, Black, who was from Arkansas, said it would have been a different situation if an adult moose had entered the premises. I would not have the same reaction to a bull moose in rut season or a mama moose. Black said that he and his niece Jasmine, who also works at the theater, are new to Alaska, so the incident was exciting for the duo.
Yeah, they caught one of them other moose that fuck y'all place up.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. What a day, what a world we live in, everybody. Let's move on to other things. What do I feel like talking about next?
So they have moose problem. What a problem to have, moose.
Yeah, moose eating popcorn.
It's the highlight of your day.
And seemed pretty cool about it.
Right?
Like really didn't seem to have much of a problem. Like, oh yeah, sometimes moose be fucking wanting the popcorn. You guys know what it's like. I mean, if we gonna just stop going to the movies every time a moose show up, then we'll never get anything done.
I know it's the only movie theater in town.
Yeah, like everybody, you know what it is. Calm down. All right, I guess we can do maybe some white people news.
White people news, we're bringing exciting to the barbecue. We might be problematic or a little insensitive. It's so really hard on a fragile big white people news.
Oh yeah, let's talk about what these white people are up to. Jackass star Bear Margera is back in the white people news. He's now a wanted man by Pennsylvania State Police.
Oh shit. Last
time he was in here, he had threatened to kill his neighbor or something because he said the neighbor was gonna have a threesome. And Bam said his 8-year-old daughter was in the house. And
oh, that article.
Well, now it turns out he's wanted by the police after running into the woods after an alleged assault at his Chester County home.
Oh no.
Yep. So who knows what's going on with him now? They said his brother Jesse Margera told police that Bam had pounded on and kicked his locked bedroom door that morning and punched him in the eye, nose, and ear during a later confrontation in the kitchen. Jesse Margera said he'd also found a threatening handwritten note signed Bam.
Bam.
He is charged with civil assault, harassment, and 4 counts of terroristic threats.
You think he that chef?
Emerald Lagasse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he probably said Bam when he punched him in the eye. Sharon Osbourne said she is done with plastic surgery. I pushed it too far with the last one. She said no more facelifts for her.
Okay, girl.
Yep. She said she has been vocal about her various cosmetic procedures over the years, and now the top TV host is putting a stop to the surgeries after telling The Sun yesterday that her last procedure scared her away. She's 70 years old. She said that the last one left her looking like a fucking cyclops. That one put me off and it frightens me, she said. I really fucking pushed it with the last facelift, and now I'm like, time is against me. I cannot have another facelift. I mean, I guess
I'm gonna keep ticking no matter what.
Yeah, well, I guess she admitted something that I think the thing that's weird about like that industry is like people clearly get work done. Everyone says they don't get work done. No one talks about the work being done. And then they get so fucked up that it's like unavoidable where you have to be like, yo, your face has changed a lot and it looks unnatural. And we know it's from the pressures of the industry, especially on women,
Right.
but everybody really in that industry to be eternally young.
Right.
And yeah, once it's botched, like we throw you in the trash. We do not want to see you on our TV no more. And because you got that position looking like the most attractive version of whatever you came in the game as, it's so soul crushing, I guess, to see people who were like beautiful and we all knew it, and they were somehow looking at themselves in the mirror, realizing like the people that make decisions in this industry, they don't want 34-year-old Meg Ryan. They need me to look 28 again.
Right.
And so you get that surgery, it don't look right, and now you never work again because they decide, we don't want to see that.
Agreed.
But yeah, she said she can't have no more facelifts. This is her back in the day.
I have a lot of compassion because there's a lot of pressure to keep that lifestyle up.
Her and Ozzy look different but it's 1987. That's 40 years ago almost. So they do look mad. They look like a regular white couple that could like be living across the street from you.
Right.
Like, but I guess you gotta keep up with Hollywood or something. And it's just pictures of all the work she had. But yeah, good luck to her. Okay. We're not, we hate to see it, but maybe somebody can learn from her example.
Educate me. Tell me. Educate me. Tell me.
Jennifer Aniston and her ex Justin Theroux reunite for dinner with Jason Bateman. Oh, that just sounds like a lot of awesome white people that mostly mind their business and
don't bother nobody.
Like I feel like that's easy to support. But yeah, they went out to dinner. Jennifer Aniston and Justin Theroux reunited on Saturday night as they were spotted dining together in New York City. The former couple who arrived separately grabbed dinner at Two Cantonori in Manhattan.
Somewhat fancy.
With pals Jason Bateman and his wife Amanda Anka. All right, well listen, we love to see it. Happy for them, Justin Theroux is in there with that Duhamel dude and Timothy Oliphant as white dudes that look alike to me.
They got that same build.
They all got the same build. They all play the similar roles. For the outing, the Friends star rocked an all-black look with a long coat and tailored pants, complementing the outfit with black boots and chain strap purse. There got Thoreau. He wore a green coat and dark denim jeans and black boots. There go Bateman.
So that's hanging out. This must
And his
be
wife?
like they know this is where the rich people come eat.
Somebody called somebody.
Yeah, because I was like, how do y'all know they
Yeah.
rolling into the restaurant?
They booked a reservation and somebody called paparazzi, and now we got to talk about these niggas wearing green coats and denim
Right.
jeans.
Somebody booked it up underneath their real name and not their assistant's name, and now they got to deal with this bullshit.
Yeah. So, but it's good to see the white people doing their thing. This is the wholesome kind of, content that we need after talking about, LGBTQ news and
Mm-hmm.
being black in America and shit. Sometimes you just need a break.
Yes, you do.
So I go where everybody knows your name. And I'm always glad you came. Helen Mirren. She soaks up the sun on vacation.
Okay.
Okay. Dame Helen Mirren putting the cakes on the timeline. 77 years old.
Shit.
She went down to Mexico. She gave herself a much-deserved vacation in Mexico. The award-winning actress was photographed lounging in a beach chair in Los Cabos Sunday. In images exclusively obtained by Page Six, the 77-year-old appeared calm and relaxed. She soaked up the warm sunshine. At one point, she appeared to pick up her phone, but quickly returned to enjoying her leisure time.
I don't blame her.
Mm-hmm. She wore a chic black swimsuit. She casually moved the straps below her shoulders to avoid tan lines. And I guess that's her picking up her phone to check. She probably was like, what these niggas talking about? Delete.
Shit, that's gonna be me.
She was probably sending some man to voicemail.
You know she was.
The People magazine's most beautiful issue cover star completed her look with a pair of glasses and long hair styled in the side braid. She appeared to be solo for a trip down south, as there was no one else photographed with her aside from a beach attendant. Mirren is fresh out the red carpet of the release of her latest film, Shazam! Fury of the Gods. She's seen smiling. She attended the premiere in Los Angeles with her step-grandson Basil as her plus one. The weather for the occasion was a far cry from the hot temperatures of Mexico. Shazam. Yep, she was out there like, listen, y'all gonna get all these 77-year-old thighs.
You're goddamn right.
Okay, I've been showing these gams off since y'all the Great Depression, motherfuckers.
You don't get all of it.
Okay, I didn't go star in Fast X to not put these on the timeline.
I know it's so.
Canadian actor and singer dies in South Korea from plastic surgery complications.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was kind of interesting because I believe this was a white person that believed they were transracial and got a bunch of surgeries to try to look like. He's a Canadian Portuguese actor, singer, and songwriter. Saint Von Colucci passed away early this Sunday at Seoul's National Hospital due to complications from his previous plastic surgeries in the country. He underwent 12 plastic surgeries within the last few months.
Ooh, that's a lot.
In order to play a K-pop idol character in an upcoming Korean drama.
Oh no!
The character was supposed to look similar to Korean singer Jimin from the Korean group BTS. The actor has always been insecure about his overall looks in Korea and felt very discriminated against his Western traits. The actor spent over $200K US dollars on various surgeries to changes to look more Asian.
Ooh, that's a lot of surgeries in a very short period of time.
He underwent jaw surgery, eye lift, buccal fat removal, lip reduction, a facelift, and others.
Goddamn.
Right.
What's the buccal fat?
I don't know, Karen. I don't know. The actor first moved to South Korea at the age of 19 after passing an audition in Toronto, Canada, to become a trainee in one of the top music entertainment in South Korea.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess buccal fat removal. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, what is it? It just says before and after. Yes. Definition. Right, let's see what this means. Surgery to remove fat in the area of your face.
Oh,
Yeah. So, man, just let your face get fat, man. Just be normal.
y'all just gotta see these double chins.
Yeah. Like y'all rather die risking death out this bitch.
Chat room is saying cheeks.
Okay, that's the cheeks are part of the face, everybody. I think we had it covered. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. I said Megan the Fox. She should change her name to Megan the Fox.
I like that.
Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox trying to save their relationship with daily therapy. Good luck to those two greasy kids. All right. I mean, they look like they would hug and just be stuck together anyway.
From all this, these look sticky, don't they?
Yeah. The problem with this is that I don't care about this part, but because y'all made it my business that this nigga was cheating and you told the whole world, now I'm invested. Now I'm like, oh, y'all gonna work it together? Because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like most of y'all agree with me. Didn't we all assume he was cheating? Right? Machine Gun Kelly, he looked like, if you looked up cheating in the dictionary, his picture pop up.
Right beside the word.
He does not look like a faithful man. So it's kind of, them working it out, I guess, is good for them or whatever, but it's not like, like if you look stupid now, it's your own fault. You telling us, like, I found numbers in his phone and we got to do that thing that you do when, your friend that date a man that's kind of a piece of shit or whatever, or your homeboy that dates the woman that's crazy or whatever, and now you got to pretend to be surprised when they call you with the news, like, oh, they did the same thing they always do. You got to be like, oh, word, damn, the numbers is all in his phone. That's crazy. But good luck to them.
Good luck to you all.
All right, let's. And Tay was in the news because Taylor Swift didn't sign $100 million FTX sponsorship because she was the only one to ask about unregistered securities. Won't she do it?
I don't even know what that means, but shout out to you.
Do it? She the only one. Tom Brady, Steph Curry, all you niggas just signed dotted line. Oh, I'm just millions of dollars. Now look at you in court.
So she started asking questions. She was like, nah, I'm good.
She said, hey, what about the unregistered? He's like, oh, damn, we didn't think you was going to ask questions. We thought you was just going to, sign like Shaquille O'Neal did and Larry David.
He was like, nope.
You out here doing due diligence? Damn, nigga, what they do that at?
And Larry David's whole thing was like, it ain't real. I don't even think he should be sued. His message was the opposite.
They asked him on this. They asked Adam Malskowitz on the Scoop podcast to discuss the lawsuit. And he's the lawyer that's handling the class action lawsuit. And he said the one person I found that did that asked about due diligence was Taylor Swift, saying that she pulled out of the deal and never promoted the now bankrupt exchange. The singer, whose father used to work for Merrill Lynch, began discussing the $100 million tour sponsorship with FTX in the fall of 2021. The terms included selling tickets as NFTs, although FTX marketing staff told the Times that no one really liked the deal and they thought it was too expensive from the beginning. In our discovery, Taylor Swift actually asked them, can you tell me that these are not unregistered securities? A security is a tradable asset that holds value like a stock or a bond.
Okay.
All securities that are offered or sold in the U.S. must be registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. In a complaint against FTX executives last December, the SEC said that the company's cryptocurrency, FTT, is classified as a security because it was sold as an investment contract. It was not appropriately registered. However, Moskowitz's lawsuit therefore accuses the celebrities of promoting an unregistered security and seeks to recover damages from customers who lost money after FTX filed for bankruptcy last November. In order to induce confidence and drive consumers to invest in what was ultimately a Ponzi scheme, the suit claims that the defendants made numerous misrepresentations and omissions. So, yep, Tay-Tay ain't get caught up in that bullshit.
She's like, my daddy worked for Merrill Lynch. I got questions for you.
I got some questions. That's all I'm saying. Y'all can't answer my questions, then don't worry about it. Tay-Tay don't got to do that. Don't even worry about it, player. All right, let's get ready to wrap this thing up. Let's give y'all some. Let me see what time it is. We got time. Let's do some guess the race for you guys. All right. I know y'all love Guess the Race. See how racist y'all can get real quick.
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Police.
Never a good start.
Thief.
Semicolon.
Yeah. Police
That's
semicolon.
only how it is.
That is right. Police. Thief wanted for stealing eggs, money from the roadside coolers of Bucks County neighbors.
Eggs is expensive. How
Mhm.
much you steal? $500,000. Eggs is high.
A small town motto of neighbors helping neighbors was suddenly tainted when police say a petty thief took matters into his own hands over the weekend. Police are looking for a man, they say, stole money and goods from a roadside cooler of fresh eggs on Ebert Road in Springfield Township. Was it bottles of milk out there too?
Did Homer Simpson do it? What the hell is this?
Did Andy and Opie stop by? It is believed the suspect may also be responsible for similar crimes in the area. Similar crimes. Boy, it must be nice. This must be a nice town.
Yes. Come on through, Andy Griffith.
And by nice, I mean boring as hell.
Nothing happens in this town.
While this may not be the crime of the century, our residents deserve the ability to place things out for folks to enjoy and keep the cycle of supporting small businesses and neighbors without worry of petty thieves stealing from them. Surveillance caught the suspect in the act as he approached the unassuming igloo cooler, sat atop a wooden chair in someone's yard. Here's my question. What if you open it up and it's like a kidney in there? You don't know what the fuck is in the cooler? Guess you don't know until you try, but I don't know. I'd be worried.
Anything could have been in that cooler.
Right.
Yeah, people crazy. Alligator, snake, anything could have been in that
The
cooler.
coronavirus too. The remix.
Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah. All right, Karen, guess the race. So the egg thief.
Oh, white.
Karen's going white. My cool hand Luke shit, I guess. Let's check the chat room, see what they
He out here fucking around. Somebody could have scrambled his brains.
Yeah. I guess he's an optimist. He was looking at the sunny side up. He's a real eggs Benedict Arnold. White on white because nobody got shot. White, egg white. Opie white. Make America great again. White as the eggs. A possible white man and egg white. Everyone said white. The correct answer is white. The police still haven't arrested him.
What?
So I guess that means he's cage free.
I guess he hard boiled to catch. I see he didn't crack under pressure.
Wow, man, you really coming out of your shell over there. Oh man, I guess we got a lot of yolks today, guys. Wow, I mean the price of eggs is high, but I feel like it came back down somewhat. So I feel like he shouldn't be out here doing that. You know? All right. A man is left, a 27-year-old man who married a rag doll is left distraught when his wife falls ill.
He married a rag doll.
He even called the paramedics to treat her. Christian.
Was it Raggedy Ann?
Yeah, kind of. Christian Montenegro recently hit the headlines after revealing that he and his ragdoll partner Natalia have welcomed their third ragdoll baby into the world.
What?
So he the reason that Cabbage Patch dolls come with Cabbage Patch Kids come with birth certificates
and instructions.
He like no, that's my baby. I wrote it down right here. Now the pair have shared another update from their controversial relationship. We're saying the pair. That's what
we're saying
doing.
Controversial.
I mean, it is a controversial relationship, but we saying the pair has shared. I believe it's always gonna be him sharing, guys. Anyway, as it appears the 27-year-old's wife has taken a bad turn with her health. Oh, he poisoned her. Ain't no way. And
he pulled the strings.
No strings attached, but I guess he was wrong.
I know what happened. He beat the stuffing out of her.
In the video, he can be heard saying, "She had a headache and fainted. I called you because I don't want her to die. She is the mother of my daughter. Everything will be fine, my love." Okay. The video shows him in the back of an ambulance while paramedics tend to her.
What are they gonna do? They're gonna be like, "Stat, give me a needle, give me thread." The fuck is this?
What?
What are they gonna do? I don't understand.
Why are actual paramedics even entertaining this shit? Don't you just show up, see us a dog, get back in the ambulance, send a bill to his house a month later? What the fuck?
You got a $500 bill. You wasted our time.
This is the future Democrats want. The paramedics. I'm Ron DeSantis and I approve this.
That dog getting more care than real fucking people.
Right.
Get out of here.
We are going to take her to the hospital and make sure she is well. I'm going to take her vitals.
Dude, you going to take her to the doll center? The hell is this?
That's what the paramedics said while appearing as if they were trying not to laugh. Things must be going great in Columbia that the paramedics got time for jokes.
Oh yeah, this is definitely not in the big city.
Like y'all,
somebody ride out there and you talking about a dog, they'd have been like, they'd have had you arrested for wasting their time.
This is where the TikTok influencer nurses and people go, I guess. One person said, "I hope Natalia gets well soon." Another word user commented, "What happened to Natalia?" followed by a crying emoji. However, some people have been left in disbelief at the whole thing. One person said, "Nothing to see here. Does cotton bruise?" said a third person.
Does cotton bruise? That's hilarious.
"May God forgive me, but so much theater." Said. Christian allegedly began dating Natalia after growing tired of being single for a number of years.
I wonder why.
I guess don't knock it till you tried it. He had previously confronted his followers about his concerns surrounding the relationship. If it weren't for the dolls, I would be more alone than anyone. At least I have something. With my Natalia, we watch TV and talk about everything. They don't know how much I love her. It's unclear if the care for the paramedic is a prank or a genuine incident. I'm gonna guess it's a prank. Come on, please don't be real, people. That's crazy. The video generated controversy with the local news sources saying that Bogota Health Secretariat has announced it will investigate the paramedics for treating the rag doll. Boy, if that's some real paramedics, boy, y'all got to lose y'all job. Because y'all motherfuckers ain't doing it for real. Y'all got time for that shit. Y'all do not work. Like, come on. Anyway, Karen, guess the race.
So what do you do? The first day of school, all y'all, you show up there with all the dolls in your hands. You put the dolls down.
Now you know he homeschooled them dolls, Karen. Come on. Are you even them dolls not old enough to go to school, and they never will be.
They never will. Shit, this wife ain't old enough to go to school. White.
Does the
Raggedy
baby
Ann?
No, that's not what I was gonna say. Does the baby Simpson, the youngest one, does she go to school? Maggie?
Mm-mm.
Right. She's still sucking on that pacifier. That's gonna be his babies. All right, Karen, guess the race.
White.
Karen says white. Let's check the chat room and see what they believe Christian Montenegro's race is. Raggedy Ann white, Lars and the real girl white. This ain't the whitest incel shit. White was the ragdoll hot though. White. I know his wife is squishy white. My buddy and me white. Kid sister. The Her movie. This is Her movie reboot sucks white. Geppetto ass loner white. Adult Toy Story white. Clap those cotton cheeks to smithereen. His panic when his dolly got sick. The correct answer is, and all of you missed it, he is Hispanic, except for y'all missed it. Except Miss Smart, she gets the golf clap. And that's him with the doll on the stretcher, crying. The back of the ambulance.
You know what? I know they got back and be like, what is happening?
Why does the doll kind of look like late life Michael Jackson right there to me? I feel like,
oh my goodness.
yeah. That's yeah, she doesn't close her eyes when you kiss, apparently. And also, like, the doll looked better in other pictures. Like this one right here definitely looked like he just picked a mannequin out of Ross or something. Here they are laying on the ground romantically kissing. Now, who's taking the picture though? These are the questions.
The tripod.
I guess maybe the kids took the picture. This is done with their kids. Put on some lipstick for this day. Okay, she said, "I'm gonna be popping for family photo day." And that's him with both his kids. Hope they don't get sick. Or get termites or whatever it is that dolls get. Oh boy. All right, let's go to the
yeah, the EMS people need to be fired because they was like,
Right.
dog, like, yeah, if y'all didn't turn around, what's wrong
Right.
with y'all?
They getting walkie-talkie shit from we got a 1017 on progress. I'm
You
like,
know the thing going on.
sorry, gotta film a TikTok with this guy.
You know they got back to the office. Can you?
I don't have a pulse. Oh shit. Were they fucking with him? That's what I wonder. Oh God, she's flatlining. She's flatlining.
Somebody give her oxygen.
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm just kidding. I hear a heartbeat. No, I don't. It was a woodpecker. Sorry.
Let me hook up an IV.
Yeah. I need give me 10 cc's of pine salt stack. All right.
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
All right, Karen's 1-1, but can she finish at the double the points, double the race bonus round?
I will try my best. Let's go.
A Sakalana man who still shares a home with his former wife was arrested early today after he cocked a firearm and tried to ruin the mood as his ex and her boyfriend were having sex in a nearby bedroom. Ooh. First of all, what's up with these living arrangements? That's how you know America is down bad. People are getting divorced and staying in the same house and going on with their dating lives. Like it's like, listen, I can't afford to split the rent with no one else, but I'm gonna definitely be getting some dick and it won't be from you anymore. So good luck. As alleged in the incident report, Alan Riggs began banging on the walls of the Myrtle Beach duplex upon hearing Jolene Wolfrey and her boyfriend having sex in the upstairs area of the house. Now I will say, if you are in a duplex with your ex downstairs,
oh, so it's like two different apartments.
Like it's a duplex.
Okay.
So, if y'all aren't on great terms, you gonna be having the loudest sex of your life, right? You got to. Right? Like, even if the sex was terrible, you're gonna be upstairs like, oh my God, this is the biggest dick that has made me come several times. Unlike my little dick ex, you know, like I feel like that's how the sex was going upstairs. It just slamming the headboard against the wall. Like, it's, even if they're not having sex, it's just, oh my God, I can't believe it's still going. It's been hours of this. My God, what a man.
I didn't know I had this kind of bottom.
A real man. No one's ever made me come like this before.
All loud and complete sentences and shit.
Right. In addition to hearing Riggs banging on the walls, the victim and her boyfriend then heard the racking sound of a firearm and stopped. Well, that will crush the party. Not gonna lie, guys. Hard for me to get it up under gunpoint. And if you can, probably a fetish.
I know. Oh, what's that? Hold on.
Probably some kind of a fetish. If you actually, you know what? I don't know that I can get it up under gunpoint. Let me retract that. I don't know, and I hope I don't find out.
Nope, you ain't got to worry about me causing that problem.
I don't really want to know that one. If motherfuckers point guns at you and you're like, I feel like Desiigner in first class because I ain't never been like, that is not a fetish I want to know I have. But yeah, so it stopped the sex. Then she said that when she went downstairs later, Riggs, gun in hand, threatened her life. Now, see, that's too much pressure. So I can't live upstairs and have sex because you downstairs with a gun. That's crazy. Do what normal people do when people upstairs have sex. Start masturbating. Come on, guys. Grow up.
Listen in.
Jesus.
The hell is this?
Ask them to turn down the TV so you can hear what's going on.
Tell them you don't want to hear the news.
Come on, we've all done it. I've turned the TV down for my downstairs neighbor a few times. Come on, man. Give him a hand. When questioned by Myrtle Beach Police Department officers, he reportedly said he became upset when he heard the couple having sex and banged on the wall to try to get them to quit. But after that method failed, he went out to his vehicle and got his gun. These responsible gun owners. Riggs told cops that he then returned to the home and cocked his firearm. And what he said was an attempt to ruin the mood. After the upstairs activity stopped, he returned to the couch and played his mobile phone game. That's what the fuck was so important. Nigga want to play Marvel Snap, so he actually snapped. He's like, listen, she was getting too much cock, so I had to go and cock my gun. Okay, it's gonna be a lot of cocks up in here.
No,
I'm talking about double penetrating these bullets.
I will go do the weekly hotel special before I deal with that bullshit.
Take a walk. Okay, it'll be over soon. I mean, what the fuck? It can't be. You're gonna be in jail longer than they had sex.
Right.
They gonna break into the downstairs apartment while you in jail and fuck it on your couch.
Because they can.
The police took his gun. He was in Buckton County Jail on a felony rap. He's being held in lieu of $100,000 bond, and I'm sure his ex-wife is getting her back blown out. Guess the race.
Black, and she sure ain't belting them out.
All right. Kara says Black for what the fuck his name? Riggs. Alan Riggs. All right. Black says Nerdist the Sensei. Back of the trailer park, White says Miss Barnes. Imagine all the freaky shit she used to do with him, White. That's what it was. He was like, damn, she used to eat my ass too. Just like that. I know that. Ooh, sound. I know that. Sucking his dick with the bubble gum. I know that.
Sucking it from the back.
She's sucking that dick from the back. You can tell. White, because no one got shot. Mad at stroke game week. White. Black, shitting where they eat. Darkies. This one is tough. So White, defamation time. White. Sexy Black and White. The correct answer is, what'd you say?
Black.
You got it wrong. He's white.
Took his gun?
Yeah. Some people got it. Yeah, he was white. I was wondering what it was that made you feel like he was black, and it's because they took his gun and he's still in jail.
Right.
That's a good point, Karen. I do not blame. I follow that logic all the way through. Might have missed it myself if I had to guess. All right, let's go to the final part of the show. Sarah Ratchetness. A man dies after an alleged samurai sword attack. I'll tell you right now, you can probably take alleged out.
You go ahead and take that down.
I'm not a lawyer or anything, but
scratch that out the report.
if he's dead, it's like, well, it wasn't the samurai sword attack. He also was choking on a piece of chicken at the time that the sword went through his arteries. Police allege that a dispute occurred at a home in the Pine Southwest Toowoomba when a 56-year-old Grant David Peasley sustained a significant injury to his hand caused by a long-bladed weapon. He was initially taken to the hospital in a critical condition, but has since died from his injuries. Jaden Wade Doyle, who is accused of attacking a 56-year-old man, faced Toowoomba Magistrates Court on Wednesday, charged with attempted murder, robbery, unlawful use of a motor vehicle, and going armed to cause fear. Toowoomba detectives have since upgraded the charge to murder against the 25-year-old man whose mother was in a relationship with Mr. Peasley. Detective Senior Sergeant Paul McCusker said Mr. Doyle had only been staying with his mother and stepfather for several days before the alleged attack. An unprovoked attack occurred as a result of a 25-year-old male demanding the car keys. Wow. He traveled from NSW to Queensland about 4 days before this, and there was very little engagement with the police before this. Police will allege that the Dobo man fled the scene and was found at a service station on Gore Highway at Captain's Mountain, around 30 kilometers away from the house. Sergeant McCusker said Mr. Doyle's mother was at the home at the time of the alleged attack but was uninjured. He said she had run to a neighbor's house for help and they in turn called police. Yep. So, these motherfucking swords, man. Let me tell you, guy got a sword, just give him the keys. It ain't worth it.
No, it's not. You can have it.
All right, y'all. That's it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening, everybody. We may or may not do a show tomorrow. I know we got dinner plans, so depend on a lot of moving parts and stuff.